Hey, Michael with XForcePC. Want to talk about how to flash this stick. This is the VKB-Sim Gladiator, and you may need to flash it with a new firmware, especially if you're using X-Plane 10, because it requires a newer firmware than what's likely on the stick itself. So how you do that is you go to kbsim.com, excuse me, not kbsim, VKBcontrollers.com. So excuse me, V as in Victor, kbcontrollers.com. And you want to go over to downloads, and then under software, you need this Z bootloader C.zip. That's this one right here. And then I want to go back, and under firmware, I want to go under the Gladiator and download the latest firmware, which as of right now is this one from January 29th. And you see those are in my downloads folder now. So I'm just going to extract those here. So the Z bootloader C is the program that's going to let us flash it. Now the trickiest part about this whole thing is actually getting the stick into like a bootloader mode. So I think I've got a repeatable process for that. I've practiced this a bunch of times, and so here's what works for me. Now first of all, you have to hold down the start and the eject button, which are on the right side. Hold them down. And I'm holding them down right now with the stick unplugged from the computer. And while my fingers are holding down those two buttons, I am now plugging the stick into the computer. And now I'm still holding for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds, and I'm letting go. So if the red light comes on the front of the stick, that usually means it's in normal operating mode, and right now my lights, the green and the red, are both off. And then you open up the Z bootloader C program, and you'll get this read and write error. And I just hit reset to reset the device, and I'll relaunch it. And then look, it says device connected. Aha! So now all we have to do is browse to where our firmware is, which is in downloads, firmware, and then right here Gladiator, blah 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 .vkb. And then I'm just going to say flash it. And the red light and green light are on and off at various times during this. And it looks to me like it's done. Yeah, download successful. So that's how you do it. Now I'm on the latest firmware for the Gladiator stick.